So today I will try to show you how we will create the virtual network, which is also known as VNet. And before that we will also need to create resource group, which is generally we will denote as a RJ. Okay. So in Azure, when we create this virtual network and resource groups, so the thing is, for that we will have three ways. Either we can use the graphical user interface, which is a like portal. We will also have a Azure CLI, and we can also use PowerShell here. So these are the three ways to basically create the virtual networks, resource group, and inside this virtual network we will have like subnets. We will also have network security group, NSG, application security group, ASG. These are the main things. So generally, so let me show you how we can create the BNet and resource group by using portal. Okay, so let me log into the portal. So this is the Azure portal, portal.azure.com. So I have logged in with my username and password here. So the thing is, if you want to create the resource group, so either you can click on this all services. Here you can search for virtual network. So this will be this option, virtual network. You can also, if you can also search in that place. Here you will also get this virtual network. So there are 2-3 places from which you can reach there. Generally I have selected this as a favorite, so I will show this virtual network tab here. This is the virtual network. So here we can also, so I am not having any virtual networks. Okay, so the thing is, in Azure what happens, whatever resource you will create, let's suppose you are providing services to company A. Okay, so the thing is, all the resources like virtual machines, VNet, subnets, any kind of databases, AD, all these things like storage services, all these things you will basically put inside a resource group. So resource group is a primary unit to do that. So you have, like, when you create this virtual network by using portal, you will get the option here as well to create the create the resource group. Like here, create new, but for the better purpose I will go to into resource group. So here you will get few default resource group. So what, I will add a resource group here. So it is showing my account is disabled, that's why. Okay, so resource group is, I give the name RJ resource group for company A. Here you can select the region. So I usually go with East US or either North Europe. These are the two regions, two my favorite regions. Okay, review and create. Validation failed. So the thing is, it is happening because my account is disabled. So what I can do, let me log in with the other credentials, because this account is expired. When you create a new account on Azure portal, first time you will get the around 1 month of free subscription, and you will get around 13,300 Indian rupees to use that for 1 month. Okay, so let me put my credential here. gmail.com. Next, I will sign out and log in with a different account. So let me put my password here. Yes, so I will still sign in here. So today I will try to show all the 3 ways for creating these virtual network resource group by using CLI, PowerShell, and the GUI option. Okay, so what I will do, I will search here resource group. Okay, so on this account there is no resource group. So first I will click on resource group here. It will create a resource group. So this account is a free trial. So I will go here. I will put the name. So resource group for company A hyphen A. Okay, and I will go with East US East. Okay, now next. Always try to use here text. So let's suppose I am creating this video as a demo, this particular resource group as a demo purpose. So I will write here purpose value is demo. Anything you can mention. Okay. Now review and create. Click on create. So this will basically create the resource group. Now I want to create the virtual network. Okay, you will get the generally here virtual network as a favorite. If you want to make anything your favorite, you have to click on this icon. Okay, this is star mode. Click on virtual network now. Click on create virtual network. Select the resource group which we have created earlier, RJA. Then here I will give this name VNet hyphen A. Means this is a virtual network for company A. I will select the region which is East US. You can select any region here. Okay. So the thing is there is so there is no they don't have any kind of relationship. Like resource, if we have created resource group in region, let's suppose North Euro, then we can create a virtual network in East US. Okay. They don't have any dependency with each other. Now click on next. This is the default range which you will get. So generally I always use the some specific address space. So let's suppose in our virtual network we want to create three subnets, or let's suppose 4 subnet like that. So let's suppose we have created our VNet. In this VNet we will have 3 subnet like web subnet, where we will put all our web server. Then we have app subnet, where we will put our apps, all the application data. Then we have DB subnet, where we will have a databases. And after that we will have a management subnet, where we will have our bastion host, or we can say jump box. Okay. So now let's suppose we are having around 250 web servers. Okay. In that case, we need a subnet of around /24, right? Same thing with the app. Let's say we want around 250 server in app subnet. So we need a /24. In DB, same /24 means we also need around 250 DB servers. Okay. So let's suppose in VNet we have given here address space in this range 192.168.0.0/20. I usually use that range, but when you are working or creating these things in a production, you have to look like what are the free address space you are having, what are the range which is free, no one is using into your on premise network. because later on what we will generally create a VPN connection with these servers, with this range, these servers which are on the cloud with the on-premise users. Okay, so they can access easily. Okay, so that's why we will choose the free address space. Okay, so in my case I will go with 192.168.0.0/20. This is my address space. After it, in web I will give this range 192.168.0.0/24. In app I will give 192.168.1.0/24. Into database I will give 2.0/24, and in management I will go with 3.0/24. Okay, so I will go in this way. There is a huge, this is a like 192.168.0.0/20. It's a huge range, but it's okay. It's like demo only. So I'm just removing everything. Go there. I'll type here 192.168.0.0/20. Now you will get the option add the subnet. So I will go here. I will add from here as well. What I will give their name, web subnet. Okay, 192.168.0.0/24. Service endpoint, I will discuss this thing later. Click on OK. Click here. Give here app subnet. We will give the range 192.168.1.0/24. Let me copy this range. So I will use copy paste functionality. Now DB subnet. Okay, DB subnet I will give 192.168.2.0/24. Click on add here. Now I will also create one more management subnet. 3.0. Generally, we will always put the last, we always use the last, we can say subnet range for management, but it's okay here. Okay, click on OK here. Next on security. So Bastion host is disabled, DOS protection. So the thing is, Azure also provide the basic DOS protection. Okay, so I'll go with default setting for now. Tag, I'll definitely go with the tag. So purpose, we generally use tags to, they will help in billing and all. When you will get the bill, so you can filter by using these tag values. So it will give you the exact idea how much money you are investing on like which machines or for which service of Azure. So it takes some time for validation. So we have to wait here. Okay, validation is passed. Now let me click on create. This will basically create the virtual network. So deployment is on progress. You can see the details here. Meanwhile, so the thing is, if you forget the steps, how you will create the VNet and all, so you always try to follow the Microsoft Docs. Okay. Like Microsoft documentation is very nice. I personally follow these docs. Okay, so here you will get quick start. Create a virtual network using the Azure portal. This is the, these are the options. You can just follow these documents. Generally, I personally follow, I will always go into references. So if you want to like, if you want to see how you will create this, how you can create the Azure resource by using Azure CLI, you have to click on Azure CLI. You will get all the options. Let me show you how we can create a virtual network using Azure CLI. So you will get that option into VNet fields, networking, in networking, network interface, security groups, yeah, virtual network. Click on this one. Okay, click on overview, or you can directly go to into create. Here you will get, so here you will get like, these are the options which you need to use. Here you will get example. This is the command which you can use to create the, this is the like basic. After that you can also use this command. It will also create your address space along with the subnets. So like Microsoft documentation is very nice. Okay, so let's go to into our resource. So VNet is created. Here you will see your address space. You want to modify or you want to add, you can do that from here. These are the subnets which we have created. We can add the subnet. These things we will put there. Azure also provide the firewall functionality. So if you want to use the Azure firewall, you can use, but it's a like little bit costly solution. Then we will have a security. There is a like lots of concept in Azure. DNS, we will use peering when want to we want to allow the communication between two VNets. Okay, so this is the way this is the way which we follow to create the virtual networks into Azure. You can get these details here. If you want to see, you can also go to into the source group. In the source group, you will see all the details. Like inside this resource, we are having only virtual network right now. Okay. Now let me quickly also show you how we can add the virtual machine. Okay. So to add a virtual machine on Azure, we have to go to into virtual machine section. Either you can search here virtual machine, or either you can use that option from here. Okay. We don't have any virtual machine. So let me add a virtual machine on our web server subnet. So I will use the same resource group RJA. If you want, you can use new one. You will get the name here VM01. Okay, or let's say VM for company A01. It's a like first VM of company A. East US region is East US. Okay, availability option, I will go with the default option. Image, from here you can select the image. So right now by default you will get here a Ubuntu server, but I will use here Windows server. Okay, so I will install here Windows 12 data center generation 1. You can use 2019 or 2016, anyone which you want. Okay, now in size you can select the size. So it's a like 12, so I generally go with B2S. So for that you have to pay around 2300, 2300 193 rupees per month. Generally, Azure charge on hourly basis. Okay. So here you have to use the username. So I will use here username administrator, and password I will use here Cisco at the rate 123456. Cisco at the rate 123456. I'm from Cisco background, so your name must not include the reserved keyword. Okay. So let me put my name here. Username is Hemant. Password is Cisco at 123456. Public port. Okay. So the thing is, here we will. So by default, it will allow RDP port 30, and I will also want to use here HTTP because I will configure this server as a web server later on. Okay. So I have allowed here two ports. For taking the RDP connection, I will allow this RDP TCP 3389, and I have also allowed here HTTP 80. Generally, if you are working, if you are like working as a student or you are just learning Azure, that time you can just select this option, yes, license option. It will save the cost from 49%. Confirm, click on next. So here you will get the option for disk. I will go with the default here. Next here in networking, I will select here virtual network, which is VNet A, and the subnet is web server. Now you can go into next. I will use all the default option. Only I want to add tag here. So purpose equals to demo, and create. So it is just reviewing, and it will create some kind of script in a background. So this VM will cost around 2.7 INR per hour. It's a very less amount. Click on create. Okay. Meanwhile, let me add my Visual Code Studio. I use this Visual Code Studio when I'm working with the CLI and PowerShell part of Azure, because in that Visual Studio Code you have to install one plugin of Azure, and after you will get the help for commands. So you don't need to remember any commands. Always try to follow these documents. Else you use the Visual Studio Code, which will basically give you all the options. So right now deployment is going on. So let's wait. Meanwhile, let me do one thing. These are the few other exercises which is done by me later in my later classes. So what I will let me type here is a login. This is the command which we use for logging into Azure portal. So it will basically open that as browser by default. So let me, when I will give prompt, so at that time I need to enter username and password for that. So I will also quickly show you the same thing by using Azure CLI. So let me use another account here. So let me put here Let me enter my password. This is the like basic steps which you need to do when you are working with the CLI. You have to enter your credentials. This is my old account. There are few prerequisites when you are working with Azure CLI. Like you have to install first is Azure CLI software in your system. Okay, I think I have typed wrong password. Let me. This time I have entered, I think, correct passwords. Let me see. So I have successfully logged in. Here you will get this option where you will get all the CLI related commands. So all when you will get this photo, always go into reference. In reference, you will get everything, whatever you want. Okay, you can get here. Let me see. If you want to create a resource group, okay, click on create here. You will get this option. Okay, so let me go to into the portal. So let's VM is also deployed. Okay, so let me go to into my virtual machine. It's like Azure portal is little bit slow in comparison to AWS. But I like Azure portal because in AWS there is a huge confusion. You can just click on by VM here and you will get all the details. Like this is the operating system, this is the size of your VM, this is the public IP address of your VM, this VM is right now running, this is the resource group name, DNS is not configured, this is the VNet and subnet. So this is the public IP and this is the private IP address of your VM. This private IP is from our app subnet, sorry, web subnet range, right? All details you will get here. If you want to connect, you can click over there, RDP. You can either download this file. After that, you can just save this file somewhere into desktop. After that, you can have to run this file. That's the one option. You can just click on more choice, use a different, put the username and password here. This is the one way, okay? But I will show you that way. You can always just copy this public IP address, open RDP into your system, put the IP address here, click on connect. It will give you the same. So click on user. Here you can put username is email and password is Cisco at 123456. You can see password is correct. Remember me. You have to just click on yes. You need to accept this certificate. After that, so our VM is now on that VM. What I will do, I will enable the web services, and I after we will try to access these web services. Okay, because we have allowed this port 80 on the rules. Okay, so if you want to see these network security groups, you can see these details into click on virtual machine, click on networking. So these are the rules which we allowed. So generally from outside, from outside to towards this machine, we have allowed RDP. Okay, but where is, these are the three default rules. Okay, these are the outbound rules. So from this machine towards the internet, everything is allowed. See, it was internet, and one virtual network with the another virtual network. This yeah, between the virtual network also all the traffic is allowed. Okay, but we have allowed 80 port, but I'm not able to see that port. So what I can do, let me go into virtual network first. Network security groups. Let me directly go to there. So one network default NSG is created for VMA. Let me see what are the rules. So yeah, only RDP is allowed. So I don't think we have allowed. So let me. So what I can do? Let me go to into virtual machine. We will allow this rule. One NSG. One rule on NSG. Okay. Click on networking. And you will get this option inbound rules. What you can just add one more rule here. Source is any, source port range is any, destination is any, and have defined the port 80. TCP allow rule number is 301. So this is for web traffic. This rule is created. Now we can access this machine on RDP and over port 80 as well. So what? Let me add here web services on this machine. So we will try to access it. Next, click on next, click on next. Go there, or you will see here II web server IIS. Okay. Click on this option, add features. Next, 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 and install. This installation will take some time. So meanwhile, let me show you something about by using the CML. Okay. This command will give you all the list for resource group. So I usually forget the commands always. So that's why I'll always follow this reference guide here. So if you want to see the list of all the resources, you have to use this command. As a network vnet list. So vnet. So if you want to, if we will use this command over there, as a network vnet list. Now it will start helping. If you want to run this command, you can just select and run into the terminal. This will give you all the list of bnet, all the details of bnet. Okay. So now let me quickly show you how we can create the resource group by using CLI. So as a resource create resource group. Okay, give the name here RJ by using CLI. Okay, and after it will ask for location. Give the name here location for Central US. Okay, now if you want to run that command, just select the entire thing and just click on run line into the terminal. So there is something which we are missing. The following argument are required. Debug, so only properties. Okay, that's the command only we need. Let me see. As a group create. Okay, I think we are using wrong command here. As a not resource, it's a group. As a group create. We have to give the name here RGCLI. Then we have to give here location Central US. So when you will do the when you will do these things regular, you will be able to remember. This will basically create the resource group. See, when you will get the succeeded, that means resource group is created. I think this command you will use to see the how many resource group you are having as a group list. See, these are the two resource group which we are having, RJA for company A and the CLI one. Alpha is demo. This is the RGCL. These are the two. Okay. Now let me show you the command how we will create the VNet. Is a network create VNet is a network VNet create. Give the name here like VNet using CLI. We need to define the location. So here we will use here Central US. Okay. After that, you can define here address prefix. You have to define here resource group as well. So give the resource group name RJCLI. Address prefix. Let me use here 172.16.0.0/20. Now you can define like sub, if you want to define subnet names like tag. These are the other options which you will get. Okay, so let me use here one subnet. Subnet name is web. Subnet prefix is 172.16.0.0/24. Okay, this is enough. Now what, I will select this entire command and I will run. So let me see, I have seen one error here. RJ-CLI. Okay. Have used a hyphen, but here we have used RJ-CLI only. So what? Let me delete this one. Let me select the entire command once again. I will run one more time. So this will basically create a virtual network with one subnet. Okay. Now, if you want to add more subnet, okay, onto this network, what you can do? You can do add as a network VNet subnet. Okay, give the subnet name like app. Define the VNet here. VNet hyphen CLI. So you will get that here all the options. Okay, this delegation available. Create hyphen name. It will give you that option. Okay, because I don't remember all the commands, I always used to follow the document here. Okay, if you want, I have few commands out there for doing the same thing. Like if you want to create a subnet, you can use this option, this particular command. So generally, when we are working on automation kind of things, that time we will use these commands. So that time I always follow the documents to create these kind of things. Okay, so this command is similar. So what I can, let me add one more. It will add one more subnet into my VNet CLI virtual network. Okay, so now let me go to into the portal. In portal in virtual networks. So now if you see, we are having two VNets, VNet A and VNet by using CLI. Okay, we can also achieve the same thing by using PowerShell. Here you will get the details at this space subnets. If you want to see, Bav is also added here. If you want to add one more, you can add by UI or just go to into your Visual Studio Code, copy this entire line, paste here, change the name like DB, database, give here 2.0. So this is the way which I also follow when I will working on my production work. Run thing into the CLI, so it will basically create the DB subnet as well. Okay, DB is also created. Okay, so now let me come back to my VM. See, ISIS is installed. Okay, so what I want to do, let me go to into these folders. This one, iNetPub. I just want to add this image. I just need to write something. VM01. Okay, web server. Save, close. Now you can able to access this web server if you will hit the public IP of this beam into your browser. So let me do that as well. So this is the, like, I'm just trying to show you one basic lab. See, we are able to access the this web server by using our browser. You, if you are having your mobile phone, you can type this public IP address. You can able to do that as well. It's like it is now publicly available. Okay, if you want to restrict the traffic, you have to go to into networking. You can just go into this rule and delete this rule, so no one able to access your VM on 80. Only just make sure when you delete this rule, okay, you have to wait around 2 to 3 minutes or at least 60 seconds, because when you delete your rules from this network security group, it will take some time to apply into the actual machine, because you know all these VMs or VNet whatever we have created, they are hosted into the over the hypervisor. That hypervisor hosted on a very big physical servers. So when we create a VNet, that means we are creating the networking infra for us. Network infra includes like routers, switches. These two things we are creating by using VNet. If you want firewall functionality, you can use the third-party firewall like Cisco. Here as well, we can implement Cisco virtual firewall or Palo Alto virtual firewall. And maybe in my labs, I will try to show you these things, because I am from security background, so I like to like explain these things like VPN solutions and all. Okay, so now if this time I will try to access, maybe access will not work. Let me close this one and type this IP again. That's why when we define these rules, we have to like very careful. So this is the like basic thing only. When we will generally, I'll discuss regarding these rules when we will study network security groups and application security group. There is a very nice features of security taggings, right? Let me into this one. Yeah, application group service tag is there. That's the very nice feature. all kind of service tag. So here we will basically add lots of things. Okay guys, so that's it. So let me stop the recording. Thank you very much. Bye.